You know, we all think of customer support as the helpful heart of a company, right? The problem solvers. But what if I told you that very helpfulness is also its biggest security flaw? Well, in the age of AI, it just might be. Today, we're going to dive into how AI is quietly turning your support desk into a backdoor for data thieves. And just so you know where this information is coming from, everything we're about to cover is pulled directly from Chapter 4 of a really detailed tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC. We're zeroing in on the customer service and support department.
All right, let's look at three numbers that really paint a picture of a perfect storm brewing. First up, 82%. That's how many support teams are already using AI to help them draft responses. It's basically become a standard tool to be more efficient. Now, think about what those AIs are being fed. A full 94% of support tickets contain some kind of personally identifiable information or other sensitive data. You can see where this is going, can't you? We have widespread AI adoption meeting a constant flood of our most private data.
And here it is, the final critical piece of the puzzle. A staggering 65% of these organizations have absolutely no specific AI usage policies for their support teams. No rules, no guardrails. And that, well, that's the perfect storm for a data breach. So you put all that together, and you've got an entirely new frontline risk. So what's really at stake here? Behind every simple support ticket, every "my password doesn't work" or "this feature is buggy," lies a treasure trove of valuable data that is now, well, dangerously exposed. And what's wild is the sheer variety of data that's at risk. We're not just talking about customer names and emails. No, attackers can get their hands on product defects, security vulnerabilities, really detailed customer complaints, internal troubleshooting playbooks, even the exact procedures for how customers access their own accounts. I mean, every single one of these is an absolute goldmine for an attacker.
So, how do attackers actually get this data? Well, they have a playbook, and it's deviously simple. It exploits the very thing that makes AI so useful for support in the first place, its desire to be helpful. They literally turn that helpfulness into a weapon. And this breaks down their methods perfectly. They use ticket response mining to just scan through AI-assisted conversation histories looking for those juicy, sensitive details. They use troubleshooting guide extraction, basically tricking the AI into coughing up internal documents. They can even impersonate customers or, and this is clever, use knowledge-based reconstruction where they ask thousands of tiny questions to piece together an entire internal knowledge base from scratch. The good news is, there are warning signs. You just have to know what to look for. If a customer starts asking for weirdly specific details about your system architecture, or they're trying to confirm if other customers are having the same issue, that's a huge red flag. Any kind of pressure to skip security steps or requests for a complete list of all known bugs, those are classic signs of an intelligence gathering operation, and it's happening right under your nose. Now, this isn't just a what-if scenario. The source gives us a real-world example of just how devastating this can be. It's a cautionary tale we'll call the $3 million mistake. Listen to this quote from a director of customer success. It says it all. A support rep used AI to analyze customer complaints, and they fed it ticket summaries with customer names and account details. Well, the attacker got a hold of that conversation history, and boom, they instantly had a pre-vetted list of unhappy customers to hit with super convincing phishing attacks. So the crucial thing to understand here is that this wasn't one big dramatic leak. It was thousands of small, seemingly innocent AI interactions over several months. Each little conversation added another piece to the puzzle. The final result was a complete database of product vulnerabilities and customer issues, all siphoned out through a single compromised support agent's account. And the cost? Over $3 million. And that's a mix of everything. Customers leaving because of the phishing attacks, the massive expense of cleaning up the mess, and of course the regulatory fines for failing to protect customer data. It's a pretty bleak picture, I know, but it's not a hopeless one. Which brings us to the most important question. How do you fight back? How can you use these powerful AI tools without just opening the floodgates to attackers?
The answer is all about building a security blueprint, a set of deliberate, resilient controls designed specifically for your support operations. So let's walk through what that actually looks like.
Okay, it starts with strong processes and policies. First, you have to control the data going in. That means mandating sanitization, stripping out all personal info before an AI ever sees it. You can also use template libraries to cut down on how much you rely on AI. Next, you control the data that stays behind. purge those conversation histories automatically. If the data doesn't exist, it can't be stolen. And finally, for the really sensitive stuff, keep it human only.
Then you layer on the technical controls. Instead of one giant AI for everyone, segregate its usage into separate, firewalled instances. Deploy real-time monitoring that can automatically flag risky keywords or PII. And this part is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to establish procedures to never input customer passwords or any authentication details into an AI. For your most critical vulnerability documents, keep them on air-gapped systems, computers that are completely disconnected from any network.
So we end right back where we started. Your customer support team is on the front line every single day. With the right tools and training, they can be your strongest asset. But without the right security blueprint for this new era of AI, they could unknowingly become your biggest vulnerability. The choice, ultimately, is yours.